Hello guys, and welcome to probably the craziest watch I've ever made. Now this one came about because my friend Steve, who originally contacted me at SKX007 Dubai, he's bought a few watches with me and he's always coming up with crazy design ideas. He has the Bitcoin watch, the Swarovski dial Pepsi, he has the all rose gold and all gold models that I've made recently. So we've done a few together, and this time he just said, Simon, you know what I like now? You go ahead and make a crazy watch and I will buy it. So here is my attempt at that watch. Now we've talked a bit about these parts before, but Steve's never seen this. He's actually going to see this for the first time this afternoon when I give him this watch and see what he thinks. I'll try and capture his reaction maybe. But in this video, I'm going to go over all the parts. I'll tell you about the process of building it. I'll show you some of the story videos I originally posted to Instagram as well, to see those parts on their own, which is always quite cool as well. And let me know what you think of this one. Of course, as always, like and subscribe, and let's get on with it. So first of all, well, let's have a closer look at that case. This is the Watch and Style Chameleon case, which is not essentially, well, it's somewhat of a flip color or a pearlescent color or a heat treated style. I honestly don't know how to explain this, but it is like a rainbow of colors. It is like a rainbow case essentially. It is the case, the crown and the bezel that come as a set, and they look so much better than I expected them to actually. I thought this might look a little bit tacky when I first saw it, and I thought first had this thought of creating a watch with these parts, but it just looks awesome, especially if you tone it down a little bit with the dial, the hands, the bezel, the strap. You can really tone it down and really make the most of the case without going too wild. So I wanted it to be wild, but not, of course, completely crazy. So you get the case, crown and bezel as a set from Watch and Style. Here are some of the parts you'll see in this little snapshot video. The case on its own, of course, all the surfaces on it are this color, so I guess it must be heat treated, or I don't know, coated in some way and then heat treated. I honestly don't know how they make these parts, but they look awesome. Next, we added a brushed chapter ring and a double dome sapphire crystal. The chapter ring was from Watch and Style. The sapphire crystal was from NamokiMODS. Then of course, it came to the dial. Now, if you haven't spotted already, the dial actually matches the case a bit because it is the black pearl dial from NamokiMODS. So in the light, and here's a little video of it outside, so that the sun's hitting it just a bit, and you can see that dial really dances with the light, just like the case does. But most of the time, it looks fairly plain. It's a bit more muted, which I think really works. Now on that dial, we've also got Mercedes hands. This is one of Steve's go-to sort of hand choices, so I thought, of course, I'm going to make this a bit of a Rolex style. So we've got Mercedes hands on there, again from Namoki too. We've got, of course, the bezel, and once it's all cased together, you know, it looks crazy, especially with the bezel on, but no insert. In fact, I was even tempted just to leave the insert out because it's got that crazy color, kind of rainbow bezel almost. Now, the bezel, this is the first time I'm using this part. This is the DLW black and steel. I think that's what they call it. I think it was the black and steel Yachtmaster style. So it's essentially the same look as the Yachtmaster bezels I usually use in either silver ceramic or even black ceramic. But this one is steel with the background in black, and it's like a matte black. And then, of course, the high polished numbers, which make this one really legible, and actually, I think, adds a nice bit of, not color, but a bit more shine on the top that isn't the crazy pearlescent style as well. I mean, it would have been even cooler if we could have those numbers in that style. You know what, maybe that'll happen one day, but for now, this has come together just perfect. Inside the watch is an NH36 movement. Now I use that with most of my watches, even if it is just the date only version. So we've got manual wind. We can pull the crown and stop the balance, so stop the seconds. Of course, set your time. And then in the first position, you can also quick set the date. Now there is somewhat of a ghost day wheel there, but the day wheel's actually removed, so you don't really notice it. Now, leaving the crown, I was just really impressed, like all the sides of the crown, all inside the case, you know, everything matches with this crazy design, and a lovely chameleon case set that you get from Watch and Style. I think there are a few other vendors doing these, but I'm just in love with it. I think I'm gonna have to make myself this exact watch, or one very similar. In fact, I'm kind of hoping Steve doesn't like it, so I get to keep it a bit longer. Now, the strap, I'll show you the back of the watch actually. The chameleon case set did only come with, and it's got the sticker still on it. Let's get rid of that actually, is a plain case back. So unfortunately we can't get a matching case back just yet. And the strap, I've decided to go for a simpler strap choice. That is the DLW black fitted rubber strap. Hugs the lugs lovely, and you know, really matches up with this design. So it's, I think from a distance you might notice it, of course, but you've really got to look a bit more closely to see what that case is all about and how it just plays with the light. I could honestly play with this watch all day and just look at it. And then you have to look even closer to see how that dial does the same. And you see that cloudy kind of pattern and all the colors in it. So I'm sure Steve's gonna love this. I hope you guys love it too. Give us a thumbs up, give us a like, give us a follow on Instagram as well, at SKX007 Dubai, where you'll see all these crazy watches first. And thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video, and stay well.